What?
My question exactly. How did the holiday come into fruition, and what does it celebrate? In order to answer this question, we will start by looking into the history of Mole Day. According to the National Mole Day Society website, the link is in the description, yes. We will see the history of the foundation. In the early 1980s, an article appeared in the Science Teacher about a high school chemistry teacher and a rationale for the idea of celebrating the day. With this small article, the seed was planted for establishing a national organization. Then on May 15th, 1991, the National Mole Day Foundation, NMDF, was born. So this leaves us with two questions, I guess. Number one, is that a real magazine name? Yes, it is. It's been around for a while now. It is called The Science Teacher to this day. But it talks about not just local United States, but it also talks around the world. But its end mission goal is to aspire and influence students like us and to be involved in science and to be educated in the sciences and to what do they still celebrate? And no, it doesn't celebrate a mole, not a rat looking animal, no. It involves a number. We could see this on What is a Mole Day? Celebrated annually on October 23rd from 6:02 a.m. to 6:02 p.m. Mole Day commemorates Avogadro's number, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power, which is a basic measuring unit in chemistry. Reading all these lines has made me tired, so Mundo, can you read the next written lines for the class?
Sure, anything for a friend. Now, hi, my name is Mundo. I have taught and will continue to teach in world history lessons, but for today I will help out Brandon with his lines as he's tired.
Thank you very much, Mundo. Could you take it from here?
That is what I just said, you clown. Brandon Martinez, you always play too much fool. Or should I just call you Commander Kirby?
Commander Kirby. That works fine for me.
By Commander Kirby. This music is sad, why don't we change the mood? What up, players? We will go over Avogadro's life and how he developed his famous equation. As we can see from the famous scientists.org, he was born in Turin, Italy on the 9th of August 1776. He was born into the house of a loving family. Then in 20 years later in 1796, quote, when he was only 20, he was awarded a doctorate as an ecclesiastical lawyer, end of quote. This just proves that Avogadro was a talented man and a smart individual. However, this would not be enough for Mr. Avogadro, as he would leave his legal career to fully pursue the fine arts of science. As quote, in 1806, aged 30, Avogadro abandoned his successful legal practice and started teaching mathematics and physics of a high school in Turin, end of quote. This showed that as smart as he was bold and confident in himself. Avogadro was just like anyone else in a school's classroom. Try new things and learn new things. Wow, I must say Commander Kirby writes really good notes. During his high school teaching career, he published a paper in a local French journal of physics providing the most logical explanation for Gay-Lussac's findings of gas reactions. Quote, in 1811, Avogadro published a paper in Journal de Physique, the French journal of physics. He said that equal volumes of all the gases, at the same temperature and pressure, contain equal numbers of molecules. This is now called Avogadro's law. I know y'all in the audience are all like, were the observations Joseph Galasek made? Well, here is a little contextual citation to answer your burning question. Quote, in 1809 Joseph Galasek published his law of combining gas volumes. He had noticed that when 2 liters of hydrogen gas react with 1 liter of oxygen gas, they form 2 liters of gaseous water. All gases that he reacted seemed to react in simple volume ratios. End of quote. Hold up, it's Commander Kirby. Hey everyone, he is back.
Thank you for helping me out like that. Appreciate it.
It's only 2 days of recording the lines for you to get your restaways. Now that you're back, I will conclude my speaking part.
Well, anyways, thank you so much for helping me out. That's all. I really appreciate it.
Thank you all so much for letting me teach the class and talk about science. See you all later in history class.
Alright, give her a well-deserved round of applause for Mundo speaking the lines. Alright, now that I'm back, I'm going to finish up the presentation. From this equation above, we could see that any amount of particles will create a new substance when they are combined together. Quote, in this reaction, 3 particles, 2 hydrogen molecules and 1 oxygen molecule, came together to form 2 particles of water, or 200 particles react with 100 particles to form 200 particles, or 2 million particles react with 1 million particles to form 2 million particles. End of quote. This is key because, quote, as a result of these observations, Avogadro became the first scientist to realize that elements could exist as molecules rather than as individual atoms. For example, he recognized that oxygen around us exists as a molecule in which 2 atoms of oxygen are linked. This leaves us with 2 questions. 1. Did any other scientist even come close to this idea? No. This is so because, quote, other scientists in the field such as Dalton believed that only compounds could form molecules while all elements existed as a single atom. Instead, quote, Avogadro realized that elements could exist in the form of molecules with individual atoms joined together. This will draw out question 2. How did he make the constant? He didn't. Quote, Avogadro's constant is one of the most important numbers in chemistry. Its value is 6.02214,129 times 10 to the 23rd power. Avogadro did not calculate this number, but its existence follows logically from his hypothesis and work. Avogadro's constant is the number of particles and atoms or molecules in 1 mole of any substance. For example, 12 grams of carbon contains 6.02214,129 times 10 to the 23rd power carbon atoms. End of quote. You want to know how big a mole really is? This quote will let you know. Quote, Avogadro's constant is an enormous number. If you could save $1 million a second, it would take you longer than the universe is to believe to have existed to save 6.02214,129 times 10 to the 23rd power dollars, which all goes to show that it takes a lot of atoms to make a small amount of matter. Despite all these crazy facts, does it really matter at all? Of course it does. Otherwise we wouldn't be making this video right now or talking about this subject. In fact, we could use these mathematics in the real world. In order to learn how important this really is, we must talk about dimensional analysis. I'm telling y'all, you'll look like this guy as soon as you figure it out. Oh wow, this is pretty convenient as I just spent a lot of money getting these Gucci pajamas. So here's the problem to solve out how much money I spent. Commander Kirby has bought a Gucci PJ set that costs $1,500. Assuming all color variants cost the same, how much would I spend to buy 26 PJ sets to fill up the closet? Well, first you gotta find what you're looking for, right? It's how much do I spend on this? Well, we go with what variables we have to start out. We got 26 PJ sets, right? And put it over 1, because we're going to be doing cross canceling. Okay, then we got 1 PJ set. What goes at the top must go at the bottom. And then 1 PJ set will cost $1,500. And wait, we found our dollar sign right there on the top. So once you find your dollar sign, you stop doing the multiplication, alright? So you do 1 times 1 at the bottom, and that would equal 1. Right? Then you do 26 times 1,500. Yeah, oops. Alright, 1,500. And it equals 39,000. Alright? But does anything look wrong here? Yes, of course. Get rid of them PJs. We don't care about that. We're trying to spend how much money we burning up. Alright. So then, after dividing by the bottom, 39,000 divided by 1. 39,000 divided by 1. That would equal $39,000 spent. $39,000 spent. Oh yeah, and don't leave it naked, right? We gotta put it all to fill up. Right, fill up the closet. And that's how you do dimensional analysis, y'all. This concludes my presentation. I hope you have learned something from my fun and educational video. Have a happy mole day. Till next time. Bye.
I'm gonna change this. Let's stop it for a sec.
Okay, let's do it.